Welcome to the Checkout Point, your quick dive into this week's e-commerce buzz with me, Alex, powered by Blicket. These 20 minutes pack the latest trends, news, and insights. Let's navigate the digital marketplace together. Ready? Let's go!
Hey folks, welcome back to the Checkout Point by Blicket.co, your go-to podcast for all things e-commerce. I'm Max, coming to you slightly over-caffeinated as usual.
And I'm Rachel, just trying to keep up with Max's energy and, of course, all the incredible e-commerce news we've got for you this week.
Speaking of weeks, can you believe it's already week 36? Time flies when you're having fun and when the e-commerce world keeps spinning as fast as it does.
It really does, Max. And we've got a jam-packed episode today. First up, we're diving into what's been a hot topic on our website recently.
Oh, right. I'm super excited because we just published that blog post about why product designers and UX designers aren't the same in 2025. It's been getting a lot of buzz, and I think it's going to spark some great discussion today.
Absolutely, Max. That post really opened my eyes to how these roles are evolving, especially as we head into more tech-driven business environments. Can't wait to discuss it more during the podcast.
And that's just the start. Then we've got some scoops on how giants like Amazon and eBay are shaking things up with AI and community-focused strategies.
Don't forget the latest on Shopify. They're rolling out some cool upgrades that are major game changers.
Yeah, and all these advancements are not just tweaking online experiences, but are setting the pace for the future of global commerce.
Oh, and you won't believe what's happening with international sales policies and how these e-commerce behemoths like eBay and Amazon are navigating through that.
And we've got some thrilling insights into China's new online shopping experiences and how local solutions are changing the game.
With everything going on, it's like a nonstop digital revolution, Max.
Exactly, Rachel. So, folks, you're in for quite the ride. Make sure to stick around for all these segments, and let's get this digital party started.
Ready when you are, Max. Let's dive into this bustling world of e-commerce innovations.
Hey everyone, so today we're diving into something that stirred up a lot of attention on our blog this week, hasn't it, Rachel?
Absolutely, Max. The buzz around our latest post, why product designers and UX designers aren't the same in 2025, has been really exciting to see. It seems like we touched on a hot topic.
Yeah, and for good reason. The landscape of design roles is changing so fast. Our post really unpacks why it's crucial not to confuse product designers with UX designers anymore, especially now in 2025.
Right, and the first key point we covered is about the distinct responsibilities of each role. Product designers are like architects, right? They're crafting the blueprint of the product, focusing on the broader product strategy and design execution.
Exactly, and then you've got UX designers, who are more like the psychologists of the product team. They dive deep into user behavior, focusing solely on optimizing the user experience based on extensive user research and testing.
It's fascinating because applying this knowledge effectively can seriously boost a team's success. Ignoring these distinctions, well, that might even hit you where it hurts most, your revenue.
Ouch, yeah. Another striking aspect from our post is how these roles complement each other. I think sometimes there's a misconception that these roles are competing, but really they should be symbiotic, right?
Spot on, Max. Integrating their unique strengths can lead to an incredibly robust product. For instance, a product designer's strategic vision combined with a UX designer's insights into user needs can result in a user-friendly product that also scales efficiently.
And speaking of scaling, let's not forget about the future readiness part of the conversation. We dive into how keeping these roles distinct and well-functioning in tandem puts a company in a great position for innovation and adaptation. Kind of like setting up a two-layer defense against market changes.
Definitely. It reminds me, actually, of that example we included in the article about a tech startup that increased their market share by clearly defining these roles. They honed in on user satisfaction and broader market needs.
That example really brings it to life. You guys have got to check out the full post on our blog at blicket.co. We go way deeper into how companies are navigating these roles to their advantage.
Absolutely. And while you're there, we'd love to hear your thoughts, too. It's a discussion that impacts so many businesses today, particularly as we all aim to stay agile in this tech-saturated era.
So don't miss out on it. It's a valuable read for anyone in or interested in the tech and design industry. So, Rachel, hot off the heels of our chat about product and UX design, it's pretty fascinating to see how those elements play directly into our next topic: global e-commerce trends.
Exactly, Max. And speaking of major players in e-commerce, Amazon is just killing it with their new AI features. It seems like they've found yet another way to make online shopping even more enticing.
Oh, totally. It's like insert AI. Watch your shopping become supercharged. I read that these new features might guide shoppers more effectively, suggesting products they didn't even know they needed.
I'm a bit skeptical, though. I mean, it's cool and all, but where's the line, Max? I worry about impulse buys. What if AI gets too good at predicting what we want before we even think about it?
That's a super point. It's like, here's the deal, Rachel. This AI could be a game changer in making shopping seamless. But yeah, there's that slippery slope towards making us shopaholics.
Right. And then there's eBay, celebrating their big 3-0. Can you believe it's been 30 years? They're talking about reinventing the future of e-commerce, focusing more on economic opportunities for everyone.
Wait, seriously? That's kind of heartwarming, right? It's not just about buying and selling. It's like they're fostering a whole economy.
Exactly. And that's what makes eBay stand out for me. It's not just a marketplace, it's a community, a place where you can find that rare action figure from the 90s or handmade crafts. It's like a treasure hunt.
Speaking of treasures, it's really amazing to think about how dedicated they've been in providing economic opportunities, especially when we talk about inclusivity in tech and business, all the way from our previous discussion about design roles.
Oh, totally. And this gives a whole new layer to shopping experiences. Not just what we buy, but how platforms enable people to live their entrepreneurial dreams. But here's what I'm wondering, with all these enhancements like Amazon's AI, will other platforms feel the pressure to adapt similarly or find new ways to innovate?
That's a great question. It's like evolution or extinction, right? Innovate or get left behind. And speaking of innovation, our next segment is actually going to dive into AI advancements in e-commerce, focusing on Alibaba.
Can't wait to see how that compares. It's like each of these giants has their own approach to harnessing technology, not just to survive, but really thrive in this digital jungle.
Absolutely, and it's kind of cool how everything ties together, from designing user experiences to leveraging AI for business growth. It all adds up to shape our shopping habits and opportunities.
Just amazing stuff. This world is spinning fast, Max, and e-commerce is certainly keeping pace.
No doubt. So, listeners, next up, we'll be diving deeper into how AI is not just a tool, but a transformative force in e-commerce. Stick around, you won't want to miss it. So, Rachel, bouncing off from our chat about Amazon's AI integration, it seems like Alibaba is also riding this tech wave, huh?
Exactly, Max. It's like a global tech party, and all the big e-commerce giants are invited. Alibaba just reported this significant cloud acceleration and signs of e-commerce recovery. It's pretty fascinating to see how AI is becoming a game changer here.
Right, and it just highlights how these tech trends aren't just confined to one part of the world. Alibaba's use of AI in improving their cloud services can actually tell us a lot about where the future of e-commerce might be heading.
I was just thinking about that. It seems like there's this overarching theme of AI not only personalizing shopping experiences, but also optimizing the entire back-end process. So when Alibaba boosts their cloud capabilities, they're effectively fine-tuning the engine that powers their e-commerce machine.
Totally, and this ties back to what we discussed earlier about Amazon. It's all about creating a smoother, faster, and frankly, a smarter shopping experience. Speaking of which, do you think there's a bit of an AI arms race brewing in the e-commerce sector?
Now that you mention it, yes, and it's super cool, but also a bit scary. It's like every major player is beefing up their AI muscles. But here's what I'm wondering. Are we heading towards a future where shopping becomes too personalized? Where does the line get drawn,
Diving into the deep end, aren't we? But that's a great point. It's fascinating and a tad Orwellian, seeing how your every preference might eventually be anticipated by algorithms.
Speaking of those algorithms, this also makes me think about Shopify, our topic for the next segment. They're also redefining the game with their unified tools and global partnerships. Seems like you might need more than just an online store. You need a smart store.
Wait, seriously, it's like your store needs to go to school now, and maybe even get a degree in AI. But jokes aside, the landscape really is transforming. Imagine comparing today's online shopping to what it was even 5 years ago. Feels like time travel.
Absolutely, and it brings up another point. As companies like Alibaba enhance their cloud infrastructure, they not only handle more data, but can drive insights that could lead to better decision making. Kind of like how better nutrition leads to better health outcomes, but for tech systems.
Nice analogy, Rachel. And to all the young tech enthusiasts out there, just think of AI as the new kind of superpower. Except instead of flying or super strength, it's super speed shopping and lightning fast information processing.
Love that superpower analogy, Max. It really puts into perspective how transformative AI can be. I guess it's all about harnessing that power responsibly, making sure it benefits everyone who clicks their way through this digital shopping realm.
For sure. And with all this rapid development in AI, who knows what shopping will look like in another 10 years? Maybe shopping carts will read our minds.
Now, that would be something. But until we get there, we'll keep an eye on how these platforms evolve and make sure we keep everyone updated.
So, Rachel, hot on the heels of our talk about AI and e-commerce, with Alibaba making big waves, Shopify isn't exactly sitting back and watching the grass grow, huh?
Exactly, Max. Speaking of Shopify, they've been rolling up their sleeves with some fascinating updates. First off, they're really pushing to simplify the whole fulfillment process with some snazzy unified tools and global partnerships.
Game changer alert. Fulfillment is like the backbone of e-commerce, right? You can have the coolest online store, but if you can't get products to your customers efficiently, it's like promising a gourmet meal and serving cereal.
Totally, and that's super crucial for customer satisfaction. Now, what's interesting here is Shopify's partnership with DHL. It screams global, doesn't it? They're basically giving their merchants a direct line to a much broader market.
Oh, that's massive. Especially when you consider that, just like Alibaba's been expanding its cloud services, Shopify is broadening its horizons beyond just being a platform for selling. They're shaping up to be a major facilitator of global commerce.
But here's what I'm wondering. How does this play into the big picture of global trade? I mean, we're about to delve into global trade policies next, and this seems like it's setting the stage for some interesting dynamics.
Right? Picture this. You're a small business. You start selling quirky t-shirts on Shopify. And now with partnerships like DHL, you're not just limited to your hometown, you're selling to the world.
And then you get into how all these shipping and fulfillment advancements tie back to customer expectations, which have basically gone through the roof. Thanks, internet shopping. Now everyone wants their t-shirts yesterday.
Speaking of meeting expectations and blowing minds, did you catch the scoop on Zen Bundle at Shop Talk?
Yes, that took me by surprise. They rolled out their new retail media platform right there on the stage. It's like Shopify is telling all their merchants, hey, we've got your back. Not just in selling, but in advertising too.
Wait, seriously? That's like giving the microphone to the understudy, and suddenly they're the star of the show?
Haha, exactly. Shopify is not just a backstage crew anymore. They're front and center, helping stores shine. It's pretty clear they're beefing up their game everywhere.
Which honestly folds pretty neatly into our upcoming chat about global trade policies, right? With giants like Shopify and eBay shaping how we think about e-commerce and international sales, policies are bound to react, or at least try to catch up.
Oh, for sure. It's like every step Shopify takes potentially ripples across the whole ecosystem of global e-commerce. So seeing how these dots connect will be super interesting.
Absolutely, and it keeps us on our toes, wondering what's next. But that, Rachel, is a topic for another minute.
Oh, always leaving us on a cliffhanger, Max.
Okay, Rachel, check this out. eBay's celebrating a big 3-0 with a shiny new marketing campaign. Talk about a throwback, huh? Can you believe eBay's been around for 30 years now?
Seriously? That's older than some of our listeners. But it's super cool seeing how they've evolved, especially with how global trade policies have started to shape e-commerce. Speaking of evolution, Amazon's not far behind with their latest move. Get this. They're holding their first ever shopping event for used goods.
No way, Rachel. That's like a giant online garage sale. It's honestly a game changer for anyone trying to be eco-friendly without breaking the bank. But here's what I'm wondering. How are these global policies really playing into companies like eBay and Amazon tweaking their strategies?
That's such a good point, Max. I mean, just recently, eBay released a new regulatory guide for sellers. It looks like they're trying to clear up some of the fog around these complex trade policies, It's vital for sellers to stay in the loop, especially when you think about all those tariffs and regulations popping up everywhere.
Exactly, and it kind of ties back to what we were talking about in the last segment with Shopify. Remember how Shopify's rolling out those unified tools and global partnerships?
Absolutely, Max. It's like everyone in e-commerce is stepping up their game to keep things smooth and steady across borders. These tools and guidelines, they're like the rule books and cheat sheets rolled into one.
Right? And oh, I've got to mention this. What's wild about this shift is that sellers, whether they're garage sale types on Amazon or collectible dealers on eBay, they all have to adapt to these new rules, while also finding ways to stand out in honestly an insanely crowded market.
I'm not entirely convinced it's an easy task for them. It's one thing to follow the rules, but weaving through them creatively, that's where the real challenge is. But speaking of standing out, it's intriguing to think about our next segment on innovations in e-commerce marketing. Looks like global e-commerce revenue is not just growing, it's mutating into this enormous digital marketplace beast.
Oh, for sure. The game's changing, and staying updated with those marketing innovations is becoming just as crucial as understanding the nitty-gritty of trade policies. After all, what's a good strategy if you can't market it right and reach the folks who'd flip over it?
And on that note, the ability to reach a global audience while juggling all these regulatory hoops, honestly, it's impressive. It pushes companies to be more innovative, not just in marketing, but in every aspect of their business, don't you think?
100%, Rachel. It's all about that blend of compliance and creativity. Whether you're selling a vintage lamp or launching a global marketing campaign, you got to play by the rules, but also play it cool, you know?
Couldn't have said it better myself, Max. It's about finding that sweet spot where regulations meet innovation. And honestly, seeing how these big players adapt and guide their sellers along the way, it's like watching a live class in business agility.
Truly is, Rachel. And with that, folks, you've got a little peek into how the big waves in global trade policies are splashing around in the e-commerce world. Get ready to dive deeper as we explore more about how these markets keep leveling up. So, Rachel, diving right into the wild world of e-commerce innovations, did you catch that stat explosion from Statista about the global e-commerce revenue? They're projecting some pretty wild numbers all the way up to 2030.
Oh, absolutely, Max. It's like every segment of e-commerce is just ballooning up. But what's really catching my eye lately is this whole vibe around vibe coding. Have you heard about this? It's being dubbed as e-commerce's new Excel.
Wait, seriously? Vibe coding? That sounds like something from a sci-fi movie. But yeah, I'm all ears. What's the deal there?
So it's super cool, honestly. Vibe coding is all about making online shopping experiences much more dynamic and personalized. Think less of the old spreadsheet madness and more cutting-edge, real-time data magic to boost sales.
That's a game changer. It's like, instead of digging through rows and columns, you've got this vibrant, interactive tool. Sounds like Excel got a major upgrade and went to a party.
Exactly. Now, speaking of making things party, Shopify is apparently riding this massive wave too. Their gross merchandise volume has been ballooning thanks to a growing base of merchants. It's wild, really.
And isn't it interesting how this ties back to what we discussed earlier about eBay kicking off their 30th anniversary with new global trade policies? It's like all these platforms are spinning up their own revolutions.
Right? Now, I'm not entirely convinced yet how all these platforms compare in the long run. Each has its vibe. But with Shopify, I'm just wondering how sustainable this growth is. What happens when the next big thing hits?
Oh, speaking of next big things, that's a perfect segue into what we're touching on next. Emerging e-commerce markets like Australia. They're really pushing innovation with AI and mobile tech.
Yeah, it's kind of a digital boom. And it's interesting to see how these innovations, like vibe coding or Shopify's strategies, either set the stage for new markets or get influenced by them. Like, is it a chicken or egg situation, you know?
Honestly, Rachel, that's a brain twister right there. But hey, it just shows how dynamic this field is. E-commerce isn't just about buying and selling. It's about constantly evolving strategies and tools that redefine how we think about markets.
Absolutely, Max. And to all you listeners out there, next time you click on a super personalized ad or navigate a really intuitive online store, there's some intense coding and strategy powering that experience. Ain't that something?
Totally, just another day in the supercharged world of e-commerce. Keep your eyes peeled. Who knows what'll pop up next? All right, so Diving straight in from our last chat on innovations in e-commerce, it looks like the digital shopping world is just going bonkers in Australia, right?
Absolutely. It's like a digital boom over there. Australia's e-commerce market is really embracing mobile tech and AI, not just for shopping, but for a seamless global reach. I mean, the convenience is just through the roof.
Yeah, I was just reading about that. It's super cool how they're leveraging technology. Like how Australia Post has teamed up with Shopify. That's a game changer for local businesses aiming to improve shipping processes.
Oh, indeed. That link between Shopify and Australia Post must be making life so much easier for sellers. It streamlines the whole delivery side of things, which is often a headache. I was just thinking, that's kind of like how you'd want the post office and your favorite online store to have a baby that takes care of all the icky logistics stuff.
Exactly. No more pulling your hair out tracking a package that's apparently stuck on a perpetual world tour. But switching over to China, it's fascinating to see how they're tapping into local payment systems. It's all about making the online buying process smoother and more accessible, right?
Spot on, and think about it. When you're shopping online, the last thing you want is a hassle with payment. It's like, let me give you my money already. So, Chinese e-commerce firms are really being smart by integrating local payment methods. It definitely gives them an edge in the market.
For sure, it's like when you go to a vending machine and it actually takes your dollar bill on the first try. Just satisfying. But here's what I'm wondering, with growing global integration, are there potential challenges that these markets might face?
That's a great point. With everything becoming more interconnected, things like data security and privacy come into play. Plus, handling logistics across borders isn't a piece of cake. There's customs, shipping regulations, you name it.
Right, it's a bit like playing a video game where the levels get tougher as you go, but the rewards are also upgrading. Speaking of upgrades, this move to more localized solutions like payment systems in China seems to connect well with the trend towards personalizing customer experiences we discussed earlier.
Absolutely, it all ties back to that, doesn't it? Catering to local markets while expanding globally, it's a delicate balance but a necessary one in today's digital marketplace.
Totally. And speaking of balances and expansions, it makes you wonder where things will head next, huh?
For sure, I just love where all this is heading. More tech, smarter solutions. It's all rocketing toward an even more connected world. The future of shopping surely isn't what it used to be.
No kidding. Gone are the days of writing checks and licking stamps, right?
Exactly, Max. We're definitely not in Kansas anymore.
Wow, Rachel, what a packed episode. Week 36 really had us diving deep into the e-commerce world, didn't it? From product design to UX to the AI arms race. Just fascinating stuff.
Absolutely, Max. Each segment opened up a new perspective on how technology is weaving through shopping experiences. Personally, I was really intrigued by how Shopify is integrating big moves in fulfillment and global partnerships. It really shows how interconnected and dynamic the e-commerce landscape has become.
I know, and speaking of dynamic, how about that dive into AI innovations with Alibaba and Amazon? It makes your weekly online shopping spree look a little more high-tech, huh?
Definitely gives a whole new meaning to adding to cart, doesn't it? Thanks so much for hanging out with us, everyone. We hope these insights spark some thoughts about where tech and commerce intersect in your own lives.
And if you enjoyed exploring these tech-filled waters as much as I enjoyed sharing some grade A terrible jokes, seriously, you can admit they're growing on you. We'd love it if you joined us again next week. More e-commerce news, a bit more banter, and of course, that unique checkout point charm.
Don't forget, if you're thirsty for more insights or need some resources before our next episode, swing by blicket.co. We've got plenty to keep you busy.
Until next time, keep those carts rolling and those ideas flowing. We'll catch you next week. Bye now.
Bye, everyone. Take care.